We're here to find out why she's being held and to see what we can do to have her released.
All I can say is I'm very sorry. Apparently, when Amira applied for her student visa, the system registered some faulty information connecting Amira with a well-known terrorist.
I don't know any terrorists.
Just let him finish, Amira.
After we questioned Amira and she told us about her relationship to Colonel Mayer, we conducted a thorough background check which confirmed that she was telling the truth.
I would have thought my father's name would be a help.
Now that the misunderstanding has been resolved, is she free to go?
Can we take her home?
Not yet.
I don't understand. If Amira is not a security risk, why can't we take her home?
We ran a check on Amira's visa using the Homeland Security database. Her INS records show that her visa has expired, which means Amira is here illegally. I'm afraid she's going to have to leave the country right away.
Why? Can't her visa be extended? You just said you took her into custody and it was a mistake. I mean, why should she have to suffer for it?
We would certainly be willing to sponsor her. She just got admitted to Oakdale U. Could you give her a break?
In order to stay, she would need a valid student visa. The only way she can do that right now is to go back to Iraq and reapply.
But that could take months, and there are no guarantees.
She'd have to wait in line just like everybody else.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Iraq is kind of a dangerous place right now. She could be killed waiting for her visa to be approved. Sending her back there could be like giving her a death sentence.
Let's not think the worst. Let's try to come up with a solution. Mr. Fry, is there any way that we can keep Amira in the country?
That depends. Does Amira have any blood relatives who are U.S. citizens who could sponsor her?
No, I don't. I was raised by my mother, and she died last year in Iraq. That's why I came to America, to see if Colonel Mayer could help me.
Lily and I are willing to sponsor her.
Just tell us what we need to do.
To be a sponsor, a person must be a parent, a child, or a spouse. Otherwise, I'm afraid there's little hope of Amira being granted permission to stay.
So what happens now?
You can take Amira home. She'll have a few days to put her personal affairs together, and then we'll escort her to a military transport plane that will take her back to Iraq.
No, you can't do that. That's not fair.
He's right. You can't do this to her.
All right, guys. Let's head back to the farm. We'll take Amira with us. We'll figure out what we're going to do next.
I can't go back to Iraq. You don't know what it's like there. I'll never survive.
We will not give up, Amira.
We need to find an experienced immigration lawyer. Maybe Tom can help us.
Mom, Dad, thank you so much for your help.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you today.
Don't worry. We won't let anything bad happen to you.
We're going to do everything we can to help you out. But I have to say, Amira, I don't want to give you false hope. The man from Homeland Security said that you need a U.S. citizen who is a blood relative, or else your options are very limited. There may not be much we can do.
Amira, I don't think you slept a wink last night. Why don't you go lie down?
Thank you, Mrs. Snyder.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah, of course.
What a mess.
It's just not fair and dangerous. I mean, you heard her. If she goes back there, she's got nowhere to live, no way to survive.
I know. It's terrible. I wish there was something that we could do.
I think I know exactly what to do.
Where are you going with this, Noah?
Okay, the whole reason Amir's here is because of my father.
Yeah, so?
Okay, I know it's hard to wrap your head around. It's not like I feel like I owe him a damn thing.
Yeah, well, you got that right.
Especially if the way he treated us. But it's like, if Amira goes back, it's like he's destroying a whole other life. He made her these promises that he never kept, and she's in all this danger now because of him.
So you feel like what, you have to keep your father's promises?
She's a human being. I can't live with myself if I let her get sent back there.
No, what are you saying? What are you gonna do?
If I marry Amira, she can stay in the country, keep going to school, have a life for herself, make a future.
You want to marry Amira?
No, I don't want to, but right now it's the only option.
Okay. Well, can I ask you something? Is this a marriage in name only, or do you have other things in mind?
Are you kidding me? I know you and I want to have a future together. I still want that. But this is totally different.
Noah, you're talking about marrying someone else, a woman you barely even know.
So she can get a visa.
Yeah, and is that all?
Of course. How could you ask that?
I have to ask it. And you need to tell me the truth. Just how far are you willing to take this?
Of course it'll be a marriage in name only. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know what to think. I remember not long ago you thought you were in love with Maddie. You guys were living together, you were sleeping together. Maybe you want that kind of relationship again.
Look, you know better. Okay, I've been gay my whole life. I just didn't have the courage to admit it. You helped me realize who I am and what I want. Look, I want you. Of course it's a marriage in name only.
Won't, like, a Homeland Security officer be following you around while you have to live with Amira?
Only until Amira gets her citizenship. It won't be forever.
I'll sure feel that way. Look, I know I'm being selfish. And Amira is in a really terrible position. I don't begrudge her that, but I never thought we'd be starting our relationship with you marrying someone else. And I know you're doing this for all the right reasons, but I'm sorry. I can't help but feel that maybe you just want to go back into the closet.
I know this is tough for you. It's tough for me too, but think about it. We could save a life here because that's what's at stake. Hey, I know that this is a huge responsibility, but don't you think it's worth it?
No, just answer me one thing. Do you love me?
I love you more than you will ever know. And nothing will change that. Not this marriage, not anything else.
That's all I need to know. Hi. We need to talk to you. Noah has decided to marry Amira so she can stay in the country and get her U.S. citizenship.
Are you sure this is what you want to do?
We're sure.
Are you sure you understand what this means? I mean, it's a huge responsibility.
No, you can't just get married, grab your papers, and walk away. The government's going to make sure that it's not a sham. They're going to watch you, make sure that you're living together, acting like a married couple.
I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to keep Amira here and safe.
Have you thought about the arrangements that you'll make?
No, I haven't, and of course, if it makes you uncomfortable, Amira and I will move out.
No, I want you to stay here. I mean, even though Noah's the one who's marrying her, we're both in this together, right?
Well, this is a... Are you sure about this? Because this is a kind of responsibility that could be more than you bargained for.
Look, Mom, we want to do this, but not without your blessing. Will you help us?
Agree? We certainly don't want to stand in the way of your decision.
As long as you guys understand what you're getting into, we'll help you make the necessary arrangements.
Mom, Dad, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We'll try not to be too much trouble.
I'm sorry, I just wanted a glass of water. I didn't mean to interrupt anything important. I'll go.
No, don't. It's about you.
About me?
Yes. Luke and I have come to a very important decision, and Mr. and Mrs. Snyder have agreed to help. We're not going to let you get deported.
I don't understand. How can you keep it from happening?
You and I are going to get married. Became a citizen, then we get divorced and go our separate ways, staying friends, of course.
And you do realize that this is a marriage in name only.
Yes, of course. No, I can't ask you to do this. You don't want to be with me. You want to be with Luke.
Well, I don't want to see you get deported either.
Neither do I.
Mr. and Mrs. Snyder, what do you think?
I think Luke and Noah are taking on a huge responsibility.
But we've agreed to support them as long as they're sure that this is what they want and they understand what's asked of them.
I don't know what to say. Thank you all so much. Yes, Noah. I will marry you.
Week on As the World Turns.
Is this okay with you? Because if you have any doubts about this, I won't go through with it.